Hello, hobby friends, and welcome to another episode of Hobby Talk. My name is David Baez, and I'm happy to have back our good friend Kurt Christensen. So, Kurt, I know we were talking offline a little bit about the National. Everyone's crazy excited about the National, especially after the pandemic months, if you will, years at this point that we've been kind of paralyzed. So let's start off. Give us a quick update on what your plans are, buddy.
Yeah, I think at a bare minimum, us, seasoned veterans and people that routinely go to the National, at the bare minimum, we're just really excited to be able to go back to the show. The National is as much about, friends and meeting people that you really only see once a year. So just being able to meet people, talk to other collectors in person, I think at a bare minimum, I'm just really looking forward to. You really missed out on that last year, and surely, you like the show and the buying and selling, but really just missed out on the friendship and the people that you see there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And don't forget Gibson's too, right?
Gibson. So best part about Chicago show is it is right there, and that's right. So there will be a Gibson's trips with an S.
I can't imagine. Yeah, you got to give yourself one break from Gibson's, maybe one day for some of that awesome Chicago pizza.
So we'll
Yeah.
manage that one in too. But you're right, the
Yeah.
Gibson's is that's a definite stop.
Yeah, but going back to what you're saying though, Kurt, I agree. I mean, unfortunately, I've never been to the National, but it lends itself well to to what I've always said on many episodes about the camaraderie between the group. Added bonus, if you will, in the world of Unopened, we're a tight group. And these shows are just a great way for all of us to kind of get together and talk about our recent, purchases and what we're looking for, what we're hunting for at the show itself, and just catch up. So with that 2020 hiatus, I could imagine everybody's very amped up right now to get out there, right?
I agree. So I'm feeling the same way. As far as what to expect from a show standpoint, I mean, I don't know. We know the market's been on a roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to expect. If you're going to sell a lot of stuff, nothing, somewhere in between, high dollar stuff, low end stuff. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Unlike any other national I've done, I mean, I've usually gone into it knowing what I should bring, knowing where I should be priced, and kind of knowing what I will move. And I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah. I
Really
can't imagine you're the only one though, Kurt. Sorry to interrupt. I was just say I think the market, like a lot of markets right now, but our market with in the hobby is all over the place. So yeah, I don't envy you right now.
So at some point, I got a lot of inventory, small space. You can't bring it all, so I had
Yeah.
to make decisions on where to go heavy and where to lead. And I will have a spattering across all the boards, but I'm leaning pretty heavy on non-sports, which I always do. I've told you that before. We like our non-sports display, so I'm leaning heavy on non-sports and leaning heavy on, I think, below the market, comped, low end but good junk wax FASC boxes. So that's
Very
where
nice.
I'm going to be leaning heavy on this year. Non-sports and a good, solid, priced right FASC junk wax.
Great. Hey, do you mind sharing a little bit about some of those items that you're going to have? Let's call it specials, some deals that you're going to have at your booth.
So I won't announce them all, but I've already announced some to some of my ripping, the Thursday night crowd and even some of the Facebook groups. And I haven't decided. I'm going to have to wing this a little bit. If they're going to be one day, it would be two new products, this day is this and this day is that, or just going to be whenever, all at once. But a few of the products that you will see that I think will be, priced right. You're going to see the staple for rippers around the world, $89 FASC will be there in quantity. I made a large purchase of tons of cases not too long ago, $35 a box, $89 wrapped FASC. Another 89 product, Fleer Baseball. These will be non-air boxes, but they will be FASC, so you still got your Griffeys and Johnsons.
Right.
$50 a box.
That's great.
Cello collectors, there will be FASC cello boxes. 88 tops will be at $25 a box, and 88 Fleer cellos at $20 a box. I think those are both numbers that are really low. And maybe the cheapest deal of the show, we make fun of this all the time, but these boxes actually bring a little bit of money. But I will have what's left of a case of 88 Donruss wax FASC, $10 a box. $10 a box.
Wow, that's a great deal, actually. I mean, hunting for some Tom Glavines, man.
So $10 a box. These boxes, if you actually look at recent eBay comps, they bring $30 or so plus shipping.
Yeah,
but I only have
that's a great price.
I don't have a lot left. I probably have 10, 12 boxes. So that's going to be, first come, first go on that. But it's
that's
$10.
That's the front page Black Friday deal.
Your national headline: come get your FASC 88 Donruss. Who cares about the Jordan packs and all these old stuff? Come here to RVP for $10 88 Donruss.
Come get the Greg Jeffries all the time. Oh, too funny. No, honestly, joking aside, that's a great deal. And one of the things, to me personally, if I was there, right, I'd be all over that, because I've joked around with some of the guys in the group, how great it would be to buy a box or two together, and then we all after that reconvene at a local sports bar and just start ripping and record, seeing if we get some hits while we're just kind of chatting it up, having a beer or whatever.
That's funny you say that. The last national, one of the nights we were at Gibson's, my friend John Barnes, he was ripping 78 Topps baseball racks at Gibson. So it happened at the table.
I don't know. I wouldn't be doing 78s. That would be painful for me personally, but I would definitely enjoy watching.
Well, they were, 2 years ago, they were a little cheaper than they are now.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, but that's awesome. And those are some hot deals, and I'll make sure to showcase that too during the interview here.
I tease those. There'll be about 5 or 6 other ones that'll be similar. There'll be a football item, a basketball item, and then a couple more baseball items that I think, again, the deals will be attractive. And the best part of all that is you don't got to pay shipping.
Great. And Kurt, what's your booth number for everyone that's listening here?
Oh, God.
Do you know?
Give me a second. I got my phone up, pulled right up. I should know this.
Yeah, that's great. So I just figured that'd be kind of good.
Here I do know, just not off my head. It is number 373 and 476. And for guys that were at the 2019 show in Chicago, it's in the exact same location as the previous Chicago show.
Great. So 373, and 476.
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. So Kurt, one of the things I wanted to also touch base with you on was, and we talked about this in great length in one of our previous episodes, was the ever-growing popularity of your authentication side of the business. So to me, the $1 million question was, are you authenticating product at the show? And if you are, what are the details? What items are you focusing in on?
Yeah, I've toyed with that going back the last several months. The answer to that is yes, I will be. Assuming that I filed the paperwork with the convention center, that I'm assuming the paperwork got processed and I will have power. So that, I guess that's an assumption I'm making. I haven't done it before, so I'm assuming the power will be there and I'll be able to. So let's assume that. But yes, I will be authenticating. I'm bringing a couple other guys from my hometown to help with that process. I will still be the person authenticating, but there's no way that I can, run a booth, authenticate, wrap, and shrink all myself, which I do at home. So I will have a team there working with me to run a heat gun, run a wrapper, etc. While I'm authenticating. So yes, there will be authentication going on. It's going to be kind of a trial and error how it's going to work. A couple things I'm not willing to do is I'm enough of a collector that I like to be able to, get out from time to time and, do some purchases myself. And my booth space isn't tremendously big that I just can't have a flood and a backlog of product waiting to be wrapped. So
Right.
if the show closes at 6 o'clock and at 5 o'clock, I still got 200 boxes, I can't do that. So I'm going to be trying to manage what comes in, first come, first serve. And if it gets to be 2 in the afternoon and I think I got enough to do the rest of the day, I'm just going to have to be, look, guys, you got to come back tomorrow.
Right.
I just don't have the logistics in the space to coordinate holding product over that I can't get to right away, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think most collectors would totally understand, given the crazy times the last, especially year or so, high demand, that if you put some sort of restriction, like that, it's for good reason, and that, to your point, it's not like you're going to have a whole mountain of somebody else's product kind of piled up behind your booth. And, and then you have to manage your time, and there's a lot going on. And like, again, I've never been there, but I've done trade shows in my 9 to 5, and I could tell you, it's kind of like you walk in, you blink, and before you know it, it's like dinner time. It's like, it just goes so fast.
Yeah. That's what happens. So I will be wrapping. I want to be able to get a lot of product done. Like I said, I'm bringing help, paying for help, to come. So we want to see some wrapping. I'll have some stipulations on years and products that I'm doing. As a general rule of thumb, I'm going to say I'm likely going to be looking at doing 1981 and newer products. With the exception of, I love non-sports. I'm well versed in non-sports. There's some great, 70s non-sports that I would gladly, take in. But as a whole, that's what I'm looking for. And a lot of that comes down to just the logistics of the booth. I know I'm going to have.
Right.
I just don't have enough space and enough tools and time to really get after much more than those type of products that I'm well versed in. So that's what I'm looking for. The show's a great place to buy junk wax. Bring it over to me. I'm right there. No shipping to and from. It's the cheapest place to get a $89 box wrapped or an 87 Tops of Baseball wax box wrapped. I mean, they'll be all over the show, and there's no shipping involved.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Fantastic service you're providing there for the show. And I think you'll be busy. I don't want to jinx it, but I think you're going to be busier than you even expect. We're going to talk post national. I want an update from you, and I want to hear how it goes. But I'm saying it right now on this show, you will be like all-time busy. I'm calling it right now.
Maybe I won't want to see any more $87 boxes for a while.
I'll also predict that. Too funny.
But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That I was just gonna say, that I love that stuff, and I'd be more than happy. I'd be glad to take the time to look at anybody that drops off, those later 80s, early 90s years. I'll give it the time it deserves, and I got no issue, looking at that stuff. So you guys got that stuff, bring it over to me, and I'm all for taking the time to do that.
Awesome, that's great. So I have to ask you this. I might make you cringe with this question, but I've seen the videos from previous years that outside of all the awesome 80s and non-sports and all the stuff that we grown to love to buy from your site as well as at the shows, you have the occasional white whale you'll put out there, or whales that you'll put out there. I'm curious, is there anything you can tease us with now in terms of like some really nice vintage, or it doesn't have to be vintage, but like a rare item that you might have in your booth?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm going to give you I do have some teasers, but a slightly disappointing answer. I have already teased, you probably saw it, a couple of my higher end items. There will be an 85 O-Pee-Chee hockey box in my booth that is taped intact. It's a very
Nice.
difficult box to find taped intact.
Yeah.
And there's also going to be an 85 Topps hockey box with a Mario Lemieux pack inside the box.
Wow.
That's an extremely difficult pack to find. Last time I looked, the PSA Pop Report, I think, was only 4 total graded. Total Lemieux Topps packs, and there is one inside a box I'm bringing. So I teased that a while ago, but those 2 items will be at the booth.
Awesome.
As far as some other unique items, I got a couple in today that I think you'll find interesting. You're an 80s fan, so you will like these.
Awesome.
I bought a couple rack boxes, and one of them was an 85 Topps rack box, and I did not know this before purchasing it, but to my great surprise, you can see on the label there was a Kirby Puckett rookie rack inside the box.
Very cool.
So
I think I might have to go to Chicago.
So that guy literally just got wrapped about an hour ago, and that will be a new item I was not anticipating taking. So there'll be a Kirby Puckett 85 Topps rack box.
Fantastic.
Included in that deal, I bought there was an 83 Topps rack box, and those are fairly tough. We see a lot of 81 and 4s and 5s. 83, we see 83 wax and cello boxes, but for some reason the 83 rack boxes are fairly tough. But I also got a good one in the same deal. This box has a base Nolan Ryan, a Nolan Ryan super veteran, a Ripken Jr., and a Pete Rose All-Star, all separate racks, all on top. So 4 major star racks in this box.
That is an awesome box. Oh, wow. That is so cool.
So the same thing, I didn't know. I just knew I was buying rack boxes, so I was pleased to find those.
Yeah, that's when the boxes have not been searched, right, Kurt?
Yeah, definitely. And, you can kind of tell pretty easily with rack boxes. They got that stick to them.
Right.
When you peel the racks apart, if they really are stuck and the rack folds are where you can get an idea how much it's been looked at or not. And, these, just like you said, they were just stuck together like an FASC box is. So that was a nice surprise. Another one that I just got in and just got wrapped. It's kind of a tough box, but you will see this one at the show. This is an 80 O-Pee-Chee baseball box. Not the Topps. It is the O-Pee-Chee. It's not as desirable because there's no Ricky rookie, but it's a much more difficult box to find. So you'll see an 80 O-Pee-Chee baseball box there.
There's some very solid cards in that box as well. So yeah, that's and you're right. I don't see those very often, so that's a great box.
Then I got a couple other teasers here, a couple of the non-sport things that guys from the past know. We have a lot of non-sports there. It's the first time I wrap one of these. This is a 83 Leave It to Beaver box.
Nice.
They're around, but for an 80s box, it's a tougher non-sport box. Leave It to Beaver. And I like this movie.
Don't tell me you're coming out with Canadian Alf.
There may be some Alf there, but maybe not O-Pee-Chee. I like this as
ooh, that's a cool box.
It's a Nightmare on Elm Street box from 1984. Comic Images was actually the manufacturer. The packs inside it are little mini packs, and they're wrapped like an 83 Topps Michigan pack. They're kind of a plasticky type wrap. They're kind of a unique, kind of a little cool box. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I'm not a huge non-sport guy, but I'm gonna say, I mean, maybe it's a common box, but that's the first time I've ever seen that box personally. That's very cool.
Yeah, they're a little bit tough, and part of the reason is because it wasn't Topps or Fleer or Donruss or Pacific or Pro Set or these other typical manufacturers of non-sport items we see. It was, like I said, was Comic Images.
Comic Images,
manufactured the product. So, and then I got one more here, and everybody who's listened to shows in the past will know this is a must-have, holy grail item of the National.
Drum roll. There it is.
There's the porcelain cats box, 83 tops. I mean, who needs Gwynn, Sandberg, and Boggs, Viola? Get those guys. Who cares? You got cats right there.
Now I have to ask: is that the edition that has the rare potential Superfractor 101 Siamese cat rookie?
Yeah, so we'll have to rip these guys to find out.
Oh man, that is so funny.
So I only have one this year, David. So usually I have 2 or 3, but boy, there's only one this year.
So I am definitely going to Chicago early. I'm getting my early pass. I'm gonna scalp one, and I'm gonna be the first one behind that box. Oh, that is too funny. The infamous cats will make will make an appearance. I love it. Love it, love it. So yeah, so Kurt, I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Then I'm saying, like I said, I pack most of my stuff. Like I said, I'll be heavy on the FASC junk wax, but of course I'm still bringing. There'll be good 80s product at my booth. Even in a lot of graded packs, late 70s through the 80s. You probably won't find. I'm not going to bring the quantity. Let's say 83 tops wax. In years past, I may have brought 4, 5, 6 boxes. I think this year I'm bringing 1 or 2. Same thing, 85 Donners. I'll bring 1 or 2, but I'm not going to bring 10. So, but you'll still find that stuff. All my stuff was priced. It's all marked out. So, it should be easy to find, easy to see. The packs I'm bringing, I'm not bringing a lot of home run hitters. There'll be a few good ones. There's a 62 baseball cello I'm bringing.
Wow. Nice.
74 baseball cello, a lot of graded 81 football items, 83 baseball cello. There'll be some good stuff. Not a ton of massive home run hitters, but I'll have a good variety of late 70s through 80s graded material as well.
Fantastic. So yeah, guys, if you heard it here, just to remind everyone again, it's booth 373 and 476, same place where Kurt was a few years back at the Chicago show. So Kurt, just remind me again, since I'm the rookie when it comes to the national, how many days, when do the doors open, hours, that kind of stuff?
We will be getting there Monday night. So there's early setups for dealers, which I have paid for, is Tuesday morning. So I get there Monday night, so I can get in Tuesday, because it takes me all day to get set up. So we will be setting up Tuesday. Tuesday's only dealer entry if you paid for it. And then setup continues Wednesday morning, and the show officially opens for it. It's called the Sneak Peek Open Wednesday afternoon. It's like 3-ish in the afternoon. Don't quote me on that, but later afternoon, the show officially opens, and it will run from Wednesday afternoon through Sunday afternoon.
Okay. Great.
So most times I think are 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 to 9 in the morning, the show opens up, and it shuts down, I think, at 6 in the evening, with the exception of the early sneak peek show. I think it runs till 8 at night. Wow.
Okay, so you will definitely have a lot of energy drinks / coffee in your booth, I imagine.
It's, you mentioned it earlier, but you don't realize how long of a day it is in the show floor. Usually, I said, a dealer, I think I'm getting in at 8:30. Probably don't leave till 6:30. And I mean, a lot of times you look at your clock and it's like, I haven't had lunch. It's 2 o'clock, and you're just scrambling around because it's just nonstop.
Yeah, that's like I was saying before. It's it is a complete blur, and before you know it, you're like, I'm like, why am I so thirsty and hungry? Oh wait, it's because it's been 8 hours. That's why, So yeah, I guess that's the good and bad of it, right? But nonetheless, it should be exciting, fun, and seeing a lot of our good friends out there. That's a huge added bonus. So great stuff here, Kurt. Before we kind of end things here, I'm curious, is there anything else you want to update all of us on regarding the show, or any details? Mike's all yours.
Okay, I got a couple things. One is I'll close the shop. Jeez, I'll close the interview here. I got a PC item I think you'll like me showing off.
Yeah, go for it.
But then a few housekeeping things. The RVP website will pretty much be shut down for a couple weeks. I don't have any employees here to run it. I've tried to take down stock on inventory that I know I've taken with me, but there's still stuff up. So if somebody places an order, for an item, I ain't gonna be able to ship it for a couple of weeks. It'll still get processed, it still get done, but the website will pretty much be down. Shipping will be down. If anybody sends me stuff to the Spencer house for authentication, it's down for a while. So just bear with me as the national rolls through. And then the week after, as I'm unprocessing and, unpacking stuff, getting back to the farm, there'll just be a little time lag on processing orders and authentication items as I'm gone. So bear with me for that. Everything will get processed, but there's nobody here to run that stuff. So it'll be shut down when I'm gone.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you threw that teaser. I have to see what you have in your hands now.
Yeah. So here's the teaser. And you may have seen this, as I've had it for a couple months, but I haven't had a real good chance to show it off. And pretty happy about this one. This is a 73 baseball cello with, the big guy there, Michael Jack Schmidt. On top, it is,
and that is nice.
It is a GAI graded cello pack. I'm pretty confident about this pack crossing over the PSA once they reopen. Talked to a lot of guys. Gum is in the great position. The card split on the cello is accurate. I like the folds. I like how the back card sits. I'm real confident and real happy about this guy to add that to the PC stash.
That is phenomenal. And that card, I love the left right centering on it. It's a very sharp card. Yeah, I love it.
When when the PSA guys resume their normal pack grading operations, I'll send that in on an express reslab. But for right now, it's just hanging out in the safe, and I've peeked at it a few times, and I've got a pretty good smile every time I grab it. So I think that's a good one.
Yeah, so I'm not allowing you to use that for Hobby Talk Live for a future episode. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
So I'll have to go back and bury that one deep.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thanks for sharing that. So, Kurt, thanks for all this great info. We'll get this out to the group ASAP, and I wish you the best at the show. And mark my words, I hope you come back for another episode and tell me that things were like record breaking, because I really feel in my heart this is going to be a record breaking show. It's going to be super busy. I think hobbyists, friends alike, are all just itching to get out there and get back into the fun of collecting. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say after.
You're welcome, David. Always a pleasure. And yes, I'll definitely we'll do a post show, and I'm sure there'll be some good stories.
Great. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk soon, buddy.
Yep. We'll see you, David.
Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Please click on the like and subscribe button. Just a couple quick updates. We are officially live on iTunes, Google, as well as Spotify for our podcast. Go to HobbyNetworkGroup.com for more details and links. Thanks for watching today's video, and have a great day. Bye.